So hello everyone, in this video I'll be telling you some HTML5 basics like headings, paragraph, links and images. So we'll be doing that practically in another video. Let's understand them first. So this is our table of contents actually. First we'll be understanding what a HTML document looks like and how the basic HTML elements works. And then we'll be understanding headings in HTML, and then we'll learn about paragraphs, then links, and then images. And after that, at the end, we'll be understanding how you can see the page source in HTML. So let's start the lesson. So the first part is HTML documents. So as we have already done with one HTML document in which we wrote our hello world program or the first HTML program in the last video. So that was all an HTML document because that contained the basic elements to create HTML page. So you can see the basic HTML elements or the HTML structure is looks like this. So you can see that the first doc type declaration, which is necessary when you want to tell the browser that this is one HTML page that you have to execute. This is a type of HTML file you have to execute. So this actually tells the browser that. Then after that, there is one basic or the root element which is called HTML. Inside that, everything will be there, like the head element will be inside the HTML and the body will be also there. Then the head element contains the background processing links, or if you want to show the title at the tab, or if you want to add some external CDN links, then you will add that inside here. We'll be doing that in the future videos, so don't worry about that. And in the body tag, actual content, you have to place that inside the body. What do you want to show to the user, like any heading or any image, video, anything which you want to show to the user, you will normally place that inside the body tag. So all the visible content goes inside the body, so then that will be executed as an HTML page inside the browser. So let's understand this doc type very deeply. Like as I've already told you that this doc type actually tells the browser that this file which we are executing is of type HTML. So this actually tells the type of file to the browser. Uh, that is very necessary for the old browsers because without that they don't execute the files. It must only appear once, so you don't have to write many times. It will only come at once, and at the top before the other HTML tags you have to write this. And doc type declaration is not case sensitive. You can write in smaller case or in all capital. So actually the capital case is preferred, so you can write it in capital spacing casing. Let's understand headings in HTML. So we wrote one heading h1 in the last video in which we wrote hello world. So I told you that there are 6 headings actually. So you can see that there are 6 headings: heading 1, heading 2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So these are different level of headings. So you can see that heading 1 is the biggest heading, and the second heading, which is h2, is this little bit less in size than h1. So it is a little bit smaller, and then h3, and then it goes to the h6. So this is actually the main heading we use in HTML. So there are 6 headings. The most important heading you will enclose that inside the h1, and the least important will be inside h6. So these are the patterns of headings. Then we'll understand the paragraphs, which we have already done inside the last video. So we just wrote a simple paragraph in p tag. So p tag is actually is for normal text which you want to execute inside the web page. For example, large text can be also there. For example, paragraphs or single lines, you can execute that inside the p tag. You just have to write this p and close it with the backslash, and then inside that you can write your content. That will not be formatted like headings, but it will be a normal text, you can say. You can see that this is called opening tag, and the element content will go inside here, and then the p tag is closed. This complete thing is called HTML element. It can be p or anything that complete the opening tag and the closing tag, and then inside the content inside is completely called element. So what is links in HTML? Links are basically to link multiple HTML files with the same one HTML file, and we can also on one click we can show another HTML file or any other web page inside the internet. So link tag is for that actually. So link tag can be defined with this a. Links can be defined with this a tag. Inside a you have to write this extra attribute. We'll be understanding what attribute is. Basically, href attribute or the attributes are the special information for HTML tag or additional information for that HTML tag. For example, if I'm adding one link for any other file, so I have to specify the file path. For specifying the path, we are using this href attribute. So inside that, I can specify the online link or any HTML file if I want, which is inside my computer. And in between the text or in between the tag a tag, I'm writing this houses text on which the link will be there, like houses will be visible to the uh, user, and then if a user clicks on this houses, then this houses.html file will be opened inside the browser. So this is actually a tag or links in HTML. How can we add images in HTML? Adding images is very simple. You just have to use the img tag, and inside that you have to specify two attributes. One is source attribute or the src attribute. Inside that you can specify the path similar to href. You will be specifying the online link of HTML, JPG or any file. Like the image file, you can specify the link of that. We'll be doing that practically, so don't worry. Just understand the basic structure of this tag actually. And then inside that we can specify the path of any image file. It can be any png file, jpg file, or any file which is basically an image file. And then we specify the alt attribute. Inside alt we can write any text. This alt attribute executes whenever this image is not available, or if it is deleted somehow, then this alt attribute will be visible. So to get the idea that this type of file was there, so it is actually a placeholder text or alternative text, you can say, uh, which executes whenever the images are not executed or not running. So at that time you use this alt attribute, so for the backup you can say. And you can see that image is not closed inside this. You can see that. Let me just go once again. You can see that image is not closed, it is just open. So it is called an empty tag because it is, we are not closing it actually like the other tags. We were closing p tag by the backslash symbol, but we are not closing this because it doesn't contain any text in between, so we don't add anything. We just write this image tag and the src and then the alt. We can also specify the width and height. We'll be understanding that inside the images chapter. We'll be doing that practically. So how can you see the page source in HTML? Page source is nothing but the code which is executed inside the browser. So how you can see that was in the Chrome, you just have to right click on that, and then this option will be there, view page source. On the web page you just have to right click, and then this view page source will be there, or you can write the control U shortcut key, and then it will show you the basic HTML code which is executed inside the browser for that, for your HTML page. So whatever you have like written for that, that will be shown inside the browser, not inside the text editor, but the code which executed. So that sometimes helps in many things. So we'll be doing understanding that in the practical video as well. So this was a thing I wanted to tell you. So let's meet in the another video where we'll be doing all of this in the practical manner. Thank you for watching.